Robert Costello joins us now. And, sir, thank you so much for coming on and joining us. You gave more than 300 emails between you, your partners, and Michael Cohen. Of those emails, Alvin Bragg picked just 6 to give to the jury, if I understand this right.
That's correct.
Is that withholding evidence? What do you consider that to be?
Well, I think it's giving the grand jury incomplete evidence. I asked them during my grand jury proceeding to deliver the entire 321 emails because they are chronological, step-by-step, day-by-day communications between Michael Cohen and myself, and between myself and my partner, Jeff Citron, about Michael Cohen. And if you want to get a clear view of exactly what was going on, you need to see everything. You don't just cherry pick 6 out of 321. That's less than 2%.
You know, here's one email we're going to show now from you to Cohen that Alvin Bragg actually allowed the grand jury to see. This is one of the 6. I told you my relationship with Rudy, which could be very, very useful for you. The other 5 emails also mention Rudy Giuliani. What exactly is Bragg trying to portray with these 6 emails, and what is the real story as you see it?
Well, in fairness, you were asking me to guess what's in his mind, and I can't really do that. Yeah. But Rudy Giuliani, when we first started with Michael Cohen at that first meeting at the Regency Hotel, Rudy Giuliani did not represent the President of the United States. That announcement happened 2 or 3 days after that. So when we first met with Cohen, Rudy Giuliani really wasn't in the picture. But 3 days later, he was. And I've known Rudy Giuliani for 50 years. I was his student assistant in 1971 in the U.S. Attorney's Office. I was a second-year law student, and I believe Rudy was a first-year assistant U.S. attorney with a full head of hair and a mustache.
So, I mean, I guess my question is, I mean, they're trying to paint a particular picture here, and I know you don't want to speculate, but I'm going to ask you again to speculate exactly what they were trying to portray.
Well, they're trying to portray that, I'm working really for Rudy Giuliani and Donald Trump rather than working for Michael Cohen, which was absolutely not true. Michael Cohen was our only interest. The fact that Rudy Giuliani, since Cohen wanted to communicate with Donald Trump and Rudy Giuliani came on as the president's counsel, that's helpful because Rudy knows me for a long, long time and knows that I'm trustworthy, just as I know that I can trust Rudy. When he tells me he's going to do something, he does it. We have a long history that way.
You gave those same emails to the Southern District of New York back in 2019 when Cohen waived his attorney-client privilege. After that, the Southern District stopped using Michael Cohen as a cooperating witness. They never charged Trump with this same crime back in 2019. Were you shocked to see Alvin Bragg go for something like this after the feds had already dumped it?
Yes. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. First of all, whatever case Alvin Bragg is bringing here rests almost exclusively on the credibility of Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen is a convicted perjurer. That was one of the counts that he pled guilty to. Besides being a convicted perjurer, if you go through, or if the district attorney went through those 321 emails, you will see probably another 100 lies that Michael Cohen made to us when we were representing him. It makes no sense. But if you look at those emails, you will see that one email contradicts another email. And Michael would forget that he took position A one day and position B a second day. So if you go to the end of the emails, which is really at the tail end of our representation and communication with Michael, you will see that there's 4 or 5 emails in which he makes numerous false statements, and I respond and point out exactly why those statements were false. Because, in fact, I said to him in one of the emails, Michael, you cannot write emails with false statements in it. I'm not going to let you. I'm going to respond each time, even though we thought that nobody would ever see those emails. This was a matter of principle. I would not let Michael Cohen write emails that were false and just sit by and do nothing.
As you were testifying yesterday, here's what Michael Cohen was saying on MSNBC about you.
Yeah.
They bring out this guy who's at least been on both sides of it, to attack you in the grand jury. What do you make of Costello being who they brought out today?
Because there's not another dope that's willing to put his backside on the line for Donald. For whatever the reason Costello is elected to do this, I don't know. I mean, yeah, the guy has a career, he's got a profession, but he also has this allegiance to Rudy and, of course, to Donald, that he's willing to go out there and make these false statements.
Your response?
Well, I was interested there because I know the guy sitting next to him, Nick Ackerman. He was an assistant U.S. attorney in the office. He's a little bit junior to me. Michael Cohen, as usual, doesn't know what he's talking about. This has nothing to do with an allegiance to Rudy. It has nothing to do with an allegiance to Donald Trump. I've never represented Donald Trump. I've never represented any company associated with Donald Trump. What it has to do with, which is something that Michael Cohen never recognizes, is the truth. I was sitting at home watching the internet and watching things on TV of Michael Cohen making statements that were absolutely contrary to the statements he made to myself and Jeff Citron. It's not just me, it's two lawyers that were completely the opposite. Now, which one of those stories is true? One of them is necessarily false. And Michael Cohen just thinks that he can go on TV, make these false statements, then go in the grand jury, continue those false statements, and get no repercussions. He apparently, I'm going to be kind right now, he apparently forgot that he waived the attorney-client privilege. In fact, I think it was during that show with Ari Melber that Michael Cohen said last night that he never signed a waiver of the attorney-client privilege. And obviously, you've got a copy right there. And I showed that copy on TV last night. This is, I mean, it's just incredible that he would take a position like that. And he went to the DA's office 20 times by his own admission, and then to the grand jury twice. So that's 22 occasions in which he forgot to mention to the district attorney's office that he waived the attorney-client privilege. The district attorney's office was not aware of that until I told them, and then they asked me to send them a copy of it, which of course I did.
Robert
and you're
Costello.
going to trust a guy like that?
Yeah.
Strange.
It's something else. Sir, thank you so much for explaining it all to us. We appreciate it.
You're quite welcome. Have a good day.